gamers? It's your girl, Anna, Achilleon, and Annika, and we're here to present Mirror by Sylvia Plath. So let's hop straight into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, now just for a question for you to think about. Do you think inanimate objects have thoughts? Because this one sure does!
Now we're going to just read the poem, and this is Mirror by Sylvia Plath. I am silver and exact. I have no preconceptions. Whatever I see, I swallow immediately, just as it is, unmisted by love or dislike. I am not cruel, only truthful, the eye of a little god, four-cornered. Most of the time, I meditate on the opposite wall. It is pink, with speckles. I have looked at it so long, I think it is part of my heart, but it flickers. Faces and darkness separate us over and over. Now I am a lake. A woman bends over me, searching my reaches for what she really is. Then she turns to those liars, the candles, or the moon. I see her back and reflect it faithfully. She rewards me with tears and an agitation of hands. I am important to her. She comes and goes. Each morning it is her face that replaces the darkness. In me, she has drowned a young girl, and in me, an old woman. Rises toward her day after day like a terrible fish.
Alright, hope you were paying attention, because now we're going to quiz ya.
What word is not used to describe the mirror?
Aha, I know it. The mirror is not described as truthful.
Know the correct answer and see the mirror is not described as pure.
Yummy!
What color is the wall that the mirror is opposite of? Finish the sentence. Now I am a...
Cool guy.
Now I am a lake?
What mirror do you think is most possible based on the poem?
I think it must be number 3, because that one is almost silver. I like this one. It's pretty.
I think it's number 4, since that mirror is silver, like the one in the poem.
Next, we have our 4 insights. The first one is the eye of a little god, four-cornered. So this poem is in first person, and the person talking is the mirror. And the mirror thinks of itself as a god, and that it is omniscient and all-knowing, and it thinks that the only thing to know is physical and outer appearance, and also thinks of itself as unfailingly correct because of its role as a god. Our second one is Now I am a lake, a little fish, and this is at the beginning of the second stanza into the very end. And it talks about how the woman who is kind of being talked about in this stanza is stuck within the importance of her image. She can't escape the lake metaphor the entire last stanza, and that symbolizes her inability to escape the importance that physical appearance has on her and on society. All right, and then the third insight, she turns to those liars, the candle and the moon. We thought that the mirror was saying that the candles and the moon are not telling her the truth. And we took this to be a representation of modern beauty standards and how there are always people saying things that are lies and that the mirror always remains truthful. However, we also thought that this might be a product of how modern lifestyles involve talking about her inner beauty and how despite the mirror saying that outer beauty is the only thing that is real, that is a lie. And then our fourth and final insight, it is in me, she has drowned a young girl, and in me, an old woman. We kind of talked about how beauty standards damage people. The young girl from the story was killed by beauty standards, and her childhood was taken away from her because of those beauty standards. And then the second part about the old woman was how people are reformed in adulthood as a product of the physical beauty standards that they are told from the world.
Okay, next we have the 4 poetic devices. So first up we have personification, and the quote is, "Most of the time I meditate on the opposite wall." The personification of the mirror is used in many times throughout the poem, which contributes to the fact that it is told from the POV of the mirror, and that it sees itself as the omniscient god or being that Keeliana mentioned before. Enjambment. Whatever I see, I swallow immediately, just as it is, unlisted by love or dislike. The enjambment cuts up the poem to make the reader or speaker, because poetry is meant to be read aloud, to take in the words as well as the pauses to contribute to the overall sound and look on the page. Contrast. In me, she has drowned a young girl, and in me an old woman rises. The contrasting images of the young girl and old woman play a role in meaning, as these two very different points in life have been pushed together as if no time at all has passed in between. Also, the drowned and rises is contrasting as one sinks and the other was lifted upward. Similes and metaphors. Now I am a lake, like a terrible fish. Similes and metaphors are used throughout the poem, but the mirror being the lake and the woman being compared to a terrible fish demonstrates that she is metaphorically swimming in her own reflection. It surrounds her completely and she cannot escape, highlighting how her appearance is the space she lives in and cannot avoid. Thank you!
Alright, and our thesis is, in Sylvia Plath's mirror, the different perspectives of the mirror and the woman demonstrate the impossibility of achieving self-understanding through physical observation alone, while illustrating how absolute truth can be destructive. Boom! Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell. We'll see you in the next one.